Proudly part of your city. 94.7 The Pulse, the heartbeat of Geelong.
Right there, Imagine Dragons with Radioactive. You are listening to the final Siren, and we are going to our first guest on the show.
Yes, we sure are. We're speaking to Colac Tigers superstar Jake Carmody. Good afternoon, Jake.
Evening, boys. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Big win yesterday against the Lara Footy Club, mate. You kicked 4 goals. How's the feeling like at the club, mate? Just one win outside the top 5 now.
Yeah, no, we're starting to build last 6 weeks, starting to build a fair bit of confidence in that as a group. And yesterday, we just really played a good, even 4-quarter effort. And it was a good, convincing win in the end over definitely a top 5 final side.
Well, Jake, 0-4 start to the season. No team want to be on the end of it. Unfortunately, in the GFL there were 3 teams. Colac were the first team to get out of it. What do you think was the message? I know you were out with an injury, but what do you think Lynch's message was after those first 4 weeks?
It was probably initially just with the new side and new players coming in from the district and whatnot. It probably took just that bit longer to probably get the side up and going. So probably took a good 4 weeks, and then that's probably now they've settled in the side, and the last few weeks have been, they've really seen the good positive signs from them players. So it's made a very more consistent effort.
Just want to speak on those players, Jake, and you know that I follow the CDFL pretty well, and Jimmy Rowan and Kane Smart, they were in the best players yesterday, and both have just crossed from the CDFL to the Tigers this year. How have they been tracking?
Yeah, as I said just before, though, they were probably just a little bit slow early on just to get to the sort of the pace of the football, because it's a big step up from, obviously, as you know, from CDFL to GFL.
Yep.
So, but they've, the last few weeks, and especially Kane Smart yesterday, that was definitely his best game for the club. And Jimmy Rowan, probably from, I think it was Geelong West down there, he really took a big step forward, and he's been very consistent since that day. So,
what was the difference between round 1 and the game yesterday, mate? Because a similar thing happened last year. You got belted against Lara early in the year and came back and won at home by a convincing margin, and the same things happened again this year.
Yeah, basically exactly the same thing did happen. It's definitely harder playing down at Lara,
yep.
Especially with their home crowd and whatnot. So, and they're a very confident sort of side. So if they get on top early, they're very hard to stop. But for some reason, we seem to just play well down at Colac. And yesterday, we just sort of we obviously had a good first quarter. And once we can stop that confidence, we got on top and played well.
Well, you and Lara have had a rivalry these last 2 years. Yourself, you kicked 3 goals in the opening round, 4 goals yesterday. My question to you right now, Jake, is with Colac aspiring to make the top 5, which team do you think has to, be evicted for you guys to step in?
Yeah, we've definitely got to win games like yesterday against Lara, because obviously that gets us one more game closer to them guys, and obviously St Mary's next week, so it's going to be probably Lara or maybe a Newtown, maybe. Probably they're one of the sides we'll be trying to take their spot to, I would have thought.
Now, Jake, I was at Irrawillippi yesterday, and the ground was absolutely torn up afterwards and just covered in mud. The Central Reserve has a history of doing that as well on a day like we had yesterday, but due to the resurface, it was just still in absolutely pristine condition after the game. It must be amazing to play on the Central Reserve now compared to what it was 12 months ago.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was. It didn't change from start to finish. It was just had that. It was slippery and wet, because we obviously did have rain through it the whole day, but there was no slosh obviously through the middle and all that sort of stuff. So at least you just got that consistent bounce of the ball, and it was just it's great to play on. If you're going to play on a wet day, it's definitely a good ground to be playing on.
Just on yourself, mate, you've battled through a few injuries and a few heartaches, I guess, over your career. I think there was one stage where you had that hand injury that kept you out for a very long time. Was there any thing in the back of your mind of just giving up playing footy, or were you just totally committed to getting back?
Well, basically missed 2 years in a row, so
yeah.
But I was still pretty young at the time. But it was definitely frustrating, and just little things probably along the way, like 6 weeks off this year as well.
Yeah,
was sort of just a bit of a feed, sort of a bump. So I was always confident I'd get back, and I'm starting to really enjoy my footy at the moment, so there was no dramas with that.
Well, you did make mention of this upcoming St Mary's clash. I remember this time last year, St Mary's had that lead in the early stages of that final term, and then a man stepped up in Andrew Kelly, kicked 2 or 3 goals, set up someone else for the winner, got the 3 Matheson votes. In your opinion, who do you think is going to be that hero that steps up in this real crucial game in what's pretty much an elimination final?
Yeah, well, at the moment they're all elimination finals for us, but Kelly's probably a chance to do it again. I'd say he was absolutely super yesterday. It's probably his best game for the year, I reckon. We've got a few match winners, I guess, just showing the likes of Jimmy Linton and Jake McGuan's kicked 40 odd goals, and Lockie Veal's been he's been very consistent in the ruck. So I'm happy for anyone to do it as long as we can get over the line, I guess.
Now, you've played under a few good coaches, Pekin and Gibbo and now Lynchy. How have you found Paul Lynch this season, mate?
I reckon he's been super.
Yep.
Just probably being more outside the club, I guess.
Yep.
With like Skinny and Gibbo and whatnot, they were sort of in Colac, but Lynchy sort of has been away and then he's come back, so he's probably just brought a bit of fresh air, I guess, to the joint. So, but he's been super and got the boys very fit, and he's definitely got the respect of the playing group.
What's he like as a coach? Is he a real lethal coach? Does he really demand the best out of you, or is he? I wouldn't expect him to be real laid back.
He's definitely not laid back.
Yeah.
He's prides himself on his defence and spread and whatnot, and he's definitely pretty lethal. If you're not doing the right things, he definitely lets the team know. So everyone's doing everything pretty well at the moment, though. So he's been pretty good in the last few weeks.
You did mention Jimmy Linton just before, mate. He's having an absolute super year. He was a dominant player in the Geelong Football League in the interleague clash. It's just exciting to have him back at the club, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's just great. It's just another young guy, and he just leads by example for such a young kid. He's just so mature, and it's just exciting to watch. And I think a lot of the younger players around him really get a buzz out of watching him play. He just gets the ball and he really takes them on, and he's just exciting, very exciting to watch.
Well, Jake, I actually will be tipping Colac, so I'm sure you and all the boys on Twitter won't mind that. This week, but I'm a bit worried. You'll finish your last 3 games against the current top 3, so finals-wise, it will be interesting, but we wish you all the best from the team at the final. Siren, thanks for catching up with us this evening.
Nah, good on you boys, appreciate it.
That was Jake Carmody from the Colac Tigers. Big winners yesterday against Lara. You're listening to the final Siren here.